but I'm going to try and video pulling together a bit of a floss toss, I guess, for a couple of projects. And I'm going to start with this one, the pattern keeper. No, the peacock keeper. Just checking you can see. Oh yeah, I think you can see. I hope this isn't upside down, that would suck. But anyway, so this is one that I'm just going to pull from my stash for. And I'm just trying to decide whether I'm going to use silks. I think I'm going to use silks. I'm going to use this fabric. It's 36 count rose petals from Country Stitch. I think the called for was 32 count Belfast linen in jazz by Picture This Plus, but I'm going to use this. And 36 counts, I get to use one strand, which is great. And I guess I'm not looking for exact matches. I do want these fuchsias. I don't like this lavendery colour. I want this to be bold, more bold. And whatever I choose here may change what I do here. Like I might go more red and coral with these rather than these pinks. These here remind me of fuchsias. I don't know if they're supposed to be fuchsias, but I want the colours, that bold purple and that bold pink that you get with those traditional, every man has them, fuchsias. And there's only one green, there's a teal and a turquoise, there's a couple of yellows, a cooler yellow and a warmer yellow. I just get to know the chart. So I look through the chart and I sort of see where different colours are. Lindy Stitches is really good. Stephanie often puts in DMC where you don't need a lot, e.g. the face and the beard are just DMCs. Why would you, you know, I appreciate that she doesn't chart a fancy floss for what is potentially 30 stitches of face. I like that he's a gentleman with a darker complexion. I'll probably just use the called for the face and the beard and for 310 for the black. But yeah, so I guess, and I know I don't have exact turquoise colours, so it's going to end up being a little bit different. So I'm going to have a look at the silks I have first and just see what I've got there. So here's my silks. So I've got, these are my colour of the month from Silks For You that I've been getting since maybe September, almost a year I think. And here are my colour of the month, which I've only been getting since April, maybe? April, yeah. And first glance, I'm like, I don't have anything fuchsia-y. I don't have anything kind of bold reds or bold pinks. I do also have these silks, which were gifted to me from Barb. And, you know, I do have a couple of potential options I could use here for peacocky colours. But I don't really have anything fuchsia-y enough, but I do like this colour and I'm thinking this could work as a replacement for the pink in the Hutt, or I could go with these more sort of corally colours and change that up a little bit. Yeah, I'm not sure. I've got plenty of purples. Purples are not an issue, and I do have plenty of blues, and I've definitely got enough greens that I could find a green that I like. And I'm going to pull out my Tom and Lily. So here's my Tom and Lily that I've been getting for the last few months. And again, I don't really have anything that matches what's in my head, although I don't mind this colour, which I quite like that colour, and potentially I mean, the beauty of some of their flosses is you get these multi-colours in one skein. So potentially I could use, you know, one skein to cover 2 colours. So I'm just sort of looking through at the moment and seeing what I have and seeing if anything jumps out at me. So nothing really is leaping out at me for the replacement for those flowers where I don't want this lavendery kind of pinky lavender. Here are my Victorian mottos, and because I got a number of reds and pinks, possibly I'm going to have the best luck with the Fabulous Red collection, which is, this is most of that. I've got some that are kitted up. And that kind of really bold sort of fuchsia colour. I'm sort of edging down this here. Centennial Red. This sort of has the intensity that I'm looking for, so I might pull that one out. As my fuchsia. I guess now that I've pulled this out, I want to see what purples we have in this. I sort of feel like this might be a little, apart from this month, which is completely the wrong palette, but I need to use that for some project. I feel like this is not quite, well, that one's got potential, not quite bold enough for what I want for the purple, which I want a deep purple. So I might end up mixing silk and cotton, which is fine. So in my head, those are the colours. That's sort of what that fuchsia looks like, those dark fuchsias. And basically this pale colour only appears in those flowers and here, and then a little bit in his shirt, but you know, I could substitute the shirt colour if I wanted to, if I didn't want to do it in this, because this is the colour that I'm proposing to replace at least those fuchsia there. So yeah, I'm kind of liking those two as my purple, and that means this purple would come down into these peacocks potentially. So I'm going to pull that one off, and it's going to be those two. And then I'm looking for a teal and a turquoise. I'm quite happy to use, like I said, where the colours, where the variations sort of, you know, half the skein is one colour and half is the other. I'm quite happy to manipulate it if I have to. That one has potential. Oh, even that one, that might be a bit pale. So I'm going to hold that one out, but I'll have a look through my silks. And that is the same as that, I think. 062. Oh no, 021. I managed to get this in the right muddle. So that's a little bit navy, but I don't mind it. It doesn't have to be exact. In fact, I'm specifically looking for it not to be exact. These are very similar. This one's slightly more green, which is PR062. Take that one off. Of course, I've got the solids from the colours of the silks of the month. So there's potential in here to pull out one of these. One of these two. Yeah, let's abort this one. So here we've got that green. Sort of found a green I like. I don't know if it's too dark. Let's have a look with the fabric. I'm thinking about with this green here, about using this one I quite like that green. It's got a nice variegation in it. Might pull that one off. Just it leapt out at me and said, hey, I'm a great green to use. It's that one. Not convinced with these ones. I think I'll have bought those. And go back to, so I'm liking this for the suit and the sort of instead of the teal. So I'm really just looking for something more turquoisey. So I might go back to the, oh, there is that. You know what? I'm going to pick that. So this one is these two here I'm going to use, and then because the purple goes with it as well. So where you've got the two shades of blue and green here, the tail has purple. This goes in the tail, purple in the flowers, then that's the fuchsia flowers, potentially the green. That might be a bit dark. I don't know, we'll leave that there for now. Those are new. Then I ask myself, if I'm using this colour up here, am I going to use this colour down here? And probably not. So, but because I've already got this out, maybe I'd keep that down here with these flowers. So I kind of, I'm sort of looking for maybe using this as that red, but I might need a lighter shade of a pink or a blushy colour. What do we think about this? What do we think about that coral colour? Quite like it. So we've got the lighter pink and potentially, so we'd have the dark. So instead of having, yeah, so I'd use this and this would be up here. Potentially use these two here and here, so it's bringing that red down. And then this colour here, I might substitute. I don't know. I'm not sure about these side flowers, whether I'd use one of these existing colours or whether I'd bring in a lavender as a bit of, it's the only place that that lavender is there, and there. And I'm not sure about it. But anyway, I quite like this corally colour. What does it look like on the fabric? It looks alright. Okay, I'm going to take that off for now. I guess part of the challenge is just what's in my head, right? What do I see? So just getting away from, still not sure about the green. I'm kind of happy with those two. I'm happy with that one. It's just really the green, and then I need a couple of yellows, which they're not so hard to sort out. I need a warm yellow and a cool yellow, which, given how little there is, I'm more likely to probably just grab DMC, because, you know, why, yeah, just, or even, look, I've got these are my, I've got my Weeks, my Gentle Arts, and Classic Colourworks, the ones that I have. I also have a Silver Valdani. And then I've got the handful of Nina's threads that I've used in other projects. And then I've got the Needle Necessities here. So potentially I could just grab this yellow and use it for the pale. But I think that, I'm just seeing if there's a green in here that speaks to me. I think that I will just use DMC for the yellows. And now it just comes down to that green. Do I think I've got the right green? I sort of feel tonally it's a little bit too close. So I might look for a different green for that. Something a little bit more yellowy. What about, that yellowy enough? Might be a bit too green. That makes sense. Probably doesn't. Part of it's just like working through what's in my head, and that's a bit too yellow, a bit too cotton. What have I got in here? Well, it's not the same, but I quite like that. I think this green might be good. Let's have a look next to these colours. Right, got the fabric. So they're called for, I've got written down what the equivalents are. So 728, and then what's the other one? The yellow. Frog's legs. Oh, it's a bit of a green. Got my DMC colour. If only I had them in order. No. That doesn't look anything like the picture, so it's supposed to be this green in here, so I'm like, nope, that's not going to be what I'm going to use. I want kind of a cooler yellow, maybe just 17. Yeah, that'll do. So yeah, that's kind of where I'm looking at the moment. So instead of the presidential blue, I'm looking at this one, Victorian Motto PR062, not Victorian Motto, Silks for You PR062, boysenberry colour, which is used in the flowers and the tail. So this one down here, possibly using this one. No, it's the light pink. This one, Silks for You CM10. Instead of the light lavender, I'm potentially getting rid of the light lavender altogether, although let's just throw one in case I change my mind. We want a light lavender if I've got one. If I've got one, I know I have one. Not sure about that. Let's do one of these. Bring that one in just in case I want to light one up. I have Silks for You August 02. I've got 841 for the face. I've just got 728 where it calls for the yellow for the legs. 17 centers of the flowers, I think, and like the tie. It's instead of frog's legs. 310 black, pansy purple. So purple will be this one. Silks for You PR146. The green broccoli, I think it's called for. I've got what's this called? Tommy Lily Fougere. That's all the green. And Jelly Roll. Instead of Jelly Roll, the dark, I've gone with the Centennial Red, which I think I'll use in here and in here and down here. And then 838 for the hair. So I think that's what I'm going to use. Now, when I do a colour conversion, if I start stitching something and I don't like it, like I've just picked that out, if I do use it, it might be a little close to the fabric. But, you know, I'll just change it out. So no one's going to be able to pull this palette together anyway because it's pretty random. But I think that's what I'm going to use for a little nonsense. No, what's it called? The Peacock Keeper. So there you go. That's kitted up. Okay, this one is Next one up that I'm going to do should be a bit quicker and a bit easier. I'm using doing May I on this navy or midnight 40 count midnight from Country Stitch. So I kind of had looked through the chart and I sort of wrote down roughly what the colours, there's the gentle arts it's called for and the symbols. So I just write the symbols down and I have a look through the chart and I see how much the colours are used, and colours like so from here, these colours are used tiny amounts. So there's a light grey that is used, all it is used for is that smoke. And there's no way in hell I would buy a fancy floss to do 2 swirls of smoke, but if I have it in my stash, which I'll have something I can use, or I'll have DMC, that's fine. There's, I think, a squirrel in here, a grey squirrel, and that is the only place that this colour, say, Garden State, or is it meant to be Garden Slate? I don't know, Garden something is used. It's just on that little squirrel. Similarly, there's a little hare down here, that's the only colour where sable is used. So, and then the door and the chimney, so the little chimney and the door, that's the only place that that colour, it's called mulberry, is used. Those are examples where you just find something to make it work. Like pick any old red, it doesn't really freaking matter. The roof has nice what I like is I do want to use overdyes where I can because I like the variegation. You get like there's only one green that's used for all the leaves and the grass. You want a bit of variegation. Same with the pears, same with these flowers. So I had a wee look through. Oh, the other colour that's not used very much is the shutters and the window frames. That's cucumber. That one is used. That's the only place that's used. So these ones here are like hardly anything. There's I guess a whitish colour that's used for the house and the stand for the bee skep and is used for the phrasing. There is a dark brown that is used for all of the trees. The leaves and grass, as I said, are sort of a medium green. The pears are all a light green. The sunflowers and the window panes are a warm yellow. The lavender flowers, it's a variegated lavender. There's a variegated blue for the birds. A dark rose, I guess a bricky rose is for these flowers. And a honey brown for the roof, and then there's the berries are also the dark rose. Sorry, the flowers on the trees are a faded rosy colour and a dark rose for the berries and these flowers down here. So it's a really simple palette, and I think it's just a case of finding colours that I like. I'll start with the green, see if I can find a green I like, because I need a colour for the pears and I need a colour for the foliage, so kind of like that already. That's a good start. Okay, basically if you find something you like, I recommend just pulling it off. So there we go, I like that as a nice green, and then a colour for the pears on a lighter green. Is that probably too close? Is that too? It might be a bit too similar. Or do I want to go darker? That for the pears. Okay, I might do that for now. Part of it is it going to show up? I think it will. Okay, that's that. I'm getting rid of that one. Okay, right. Leaves and pears. Those are my 2 greens. Okay, I like that for the roof and the bee skep. I'm going to use this Needle Necessities for the sunflowers. Oh, am I? What am I going to use actually? No, I bought that. I'm going to use this one. This is a Nina's Threads. I'm going to use that one for the sunflowers. Yeah. Right, I need a couple of rosy colours. I want a deeper red and then a softer red. I'm liking this one, Leigh McDonald. I'm liking this one for the sort of faded flowers. And then I need a darker one for the berries. What's the darkest one I've got here? Probably this one. Is that too close? It's a little bit too close. But I don't want it too dark on the navy. So this will be for the, I think this one. So this one I'll pick for the lighter flowers. This one I think for the darker sort of bleeding hearts and the berries, I think. Again, it all could change when I start stitching it if I decide it's too light. That'll be a good start. And then I need a colour for the door, a bricky colour for the door and the chimney, which I might go with a bit of that. I mean, it's only a little few stitches, so I might do that for the chimney and the door. It's a bit orangier, but that's alright. And then I need, a tree trunk colour. Is it going to be too light? It's going to have with the green. It's either that one or this one, which is more of a burgundy kind of brown. Not sure. Or I go with cotton. I think that's too, I don't know. This is Autumn Dark Brown by Victorian Motto. I feel like this is more tree trunky, but is it gonna be too dark? Am I gonna see it? What I'll do is I'm gonna put that one in for the brown. Yeah, I'll do that. I can always swap it out later, right? So that's the dark brown. And then I've got the roof and the bee skep. Got the grass, the pears, the sunflowers and the flower centres. I've got flowers, or whatever, they got centres, those red flowers, berries. It might be a bit dark for the berries. But we can swap it later. And I need lavender, blue. Okay, so I'm gonna go with this one. Okay, so that's gonna be the lavender, and then I need a blue for the bluebirds. Got this. So this is one where I will probably, so this is a Tom and Lily, as I've said like at least 3 times. They're quite variegated. So like one half is, you know, that kind of blue and the other half is that kind of blue. So I'm kind of edging towards that blue, but we'll make that work. So that will be for the bluebirds. I need a white, the window frame colour. Oof, which really could be anything. I don't really have anything olivey green. sort of feel like this colour might be the smoke, like smoke. This could be used for the hair. Actually, I'm not going to use that. I'm going to use this one. So we've got a gassed, that'll be for the smoke. And might just use endive for the, not sure. That might be what goes around the window frames. I might use garden gate for the squirrel or the hair. Right, I need a white. I'll use one of these ones for the white, so not that one. So Amandio Cocoa. I might use Cocoa, so we'll use that for the white. And I just am not sure about the colour that I've got around the window frame. I don't really like that colour. And I sort of wonder if this is a bit close to the roof. So that was the colour that I picked for the, so I'm not going to do that one. So that will be the squirrel. That will be the smoke. I need a colour for the hair. And I need a colour for around the window. So I'm not sure that endive is the right colour. Or grapevine. I like grapevine. It's got nice variegation in it. So I might use grapevine. Oh, how similar is it to that? Oh, so similar. So garden gate. Damn it. Might do grapevine. Would it matter if they're different? Same. How different are they? I mean, if you could probably sub one for the other, right? Damn it. Okay. I'm going to use that because there's hardly any of it left. So I'll keep garden gate separate, and I'll use, I might make the squirrel this colour, make it a brown squirrel, and I'll use that colour for the hair, I think. And that for the smoke. So the only colour that I'm not sure about is, or they haven't got a colour for, is what's going around the window panes of the house. So maybe we will just go back to the colour we pulled. And it's sort of so close to the grass colour that I'm tempted to just use the grass colour. I'm not sure. I'm not going to die in a ditch over it. So yeah, I mean, it's not the most exciting video, right? But it's kind of how I do it. And I just sort of have a look. So for this one here, I'm largely just pulling in colours from my stash so that I'm not going to go and buy a whole lot of threads. And I have, you know, lovely colours and stuff. So some of them are similar and some of them aren't. But that's pretty much what's going to go in there, I think. I've lost that, oh, here we go. I'll put it in for now. So that may be what's going around the window. I'm not sure. Endive. So that, people, is my exciting video on how I pull threads from my stash. It's a different video when I'm doing my own colours completely, like I might for a design that's charted in monochromatic, or where it might be charted where I'm just picking, you know, my own 4 or 5 colour palette like I did for Quaker Seasons of Friendship, or I may end up doing for this one, the Jardin Privé Cat Lovers. I'm not going to do that today, but that might be another video. Yeah, I've seen this stitch with the cord for DMC and it is absolutely lovely, but I kind of feel, again, I've got the opportunity to use some of my silk, and where I need, you know, 2 shades of something, in this case blue, 2 shades of something, in this case pink, but potentially switch it up a little bit. And definitely with the monthly silks coming in with there, I've got an opportunity to use some quite different colour palette and, you know, go with these bluer greens instead of these yellow greens or something. We shall see. But yeah, that will be one where it's quite different. It's more around, you know, I need 2 pinks, 2 greens, 2 blues and 2 browns. They call it brown, I call that a goldy colour. So yeah, I'll do that another video another day. If this one turned out terrible, I apologise. But that's sort of what I do. I just pick through things and settle on things when they feel right. Okay, I'll see you later. Don't let your needles rust. Ciao.